Have you ever wondered about the current state of India's education system? Today, we will delve into it. A country of over 1 billion people, India has always held education in high regard. Yet, the system has faced challenges, including access to quality education, equity, and affordability. However, the dawn of the 21st century brought with it renewed hope in the form of the National Education Policy 2020, or NEP2020. This policy, the first of its kind in this century, seeks to address the country's growing developmental imperatives. The NEP 2020 revolves around 5 pillars: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. It proposes a myriad of reforms ranging from curricular structure to vocational education, all aimed at transforming India's education landscape by the year 2030. Stay tuned as we uncover the revolutionary changes proposed by the National Education Policy 2020. The Government of India formulated the NEP 2020 with the aim to transform India's education system by 2030. To achieve this ambitious goal, the policy was built on 5 fundamental pillars. The first pillar, access, aims to provide universal access to high-quality education from early childhood to higher education. The second pillar, equity, is designed to ensure equality and inclusion for all learners, irrespective of their social or economic background. Moving on to quality, the third pillar, the policy seeks to improve the quality of education at all levels, with an emphasis on foundational literacy, numeracy, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. The fourth pillar, affordability, is all about making education affordable for all learners. Finally, the accountability pillar aims to ensure responsibility at all levels of the education system. With these 5 pillars, the NEP 2020 sets the stage for a new era of education in India. Now, let's delve into the key highlights of the NEP 2020. The National Education Policy 2020 presents a myriad of reforms designed to revolutionize the education system. One of the most pivotal changes is the introduction of a new curricular structure. We're talking about a 5+3+3+4 design that places a significant emphasis on foundational literacy and numeracy in the early years. This structure aims to foster a generation of critical thinkers and problem solvers. Moving away from the traditional rote learning methods, the policy advocates for experiential learning. This shift is all about learning by doing, promoting understanding through real-life experiences. It's about engaging students, sparking their curiosity, and encouraging them to explore and discover. The policy also places a strong focus on vocational education and skill development. By integrating these elements into the mainstream education system, students gain practical skills and knowledge, preparing them for the world of work. This is not just about creating job-ready graduates, but also about fostering a culture of lifelong learning and adaptability. Of course, the success of any education policy depends largely on the quality of its teachers. Recognizing this, the NEP 2020 proposes increased investment in teacher training and development. The goal is to ensure that every educator is equipped with the skills and knowledge they need to inspire and nurture the next generation of learners. Finally, an important highlight of the policy is its focus on decentralization and autonomy. By giving more power to schools and teachers, the policy aims to create a more responsive and dynamic education system. This is about empowering those on the ground, those who know their students best, to make decisions that will directly impact the learning experience. These proposed reforms promise a comprehensive and ambitious transformation of India's education system. The NEP 2020 is more than just a policy document. It's a vision for the future of education in India. It's about creating a system that is inclusive, high quality, and suited to the unique needs and aspirations of each and every learner. The NEP 2020 has already generated a lot of excitement and enthusiasm among educators and policymakers. This isn't surprising, considering the policy's ambitious goals and the comprehensive reforms it proposes to achieve them. In the early stages of implementation, the policy has been received positively. there's a general consensus that the NEP 2020's focus on foundational literacy and numeracy, multidisciplinary approach, and shift from rote learning to experiential learning are much-needed changes that could significantly improve the quality of education. The policy's commitment to making education more accessible, affordable, and inclusive has also been praised. The aim to provide universal access to high-quality education from early childhood to higher education, regardless of a learner's social or economic background, is seen as a crucial step towards reducing educational disparities and promoting social equity. Moreover, the policy's emphasis on vocational education and skill development has been welcomed. This could help address the skills gap in the country and prepare young people for the jobs of the future. The proposed integration of vocational education into the mainstream education system could also help remove the stigma associated with vocational education and make it a viable and respected option for students. The NEP 2020's proposal to decentralize the education system and give more autonomy to schools and teachers is another aspect that has been well received. This could lead to more innovative and locally relevant teaching practices and contribute to improving the overall quality of education. In short, the NEP 2020 has been met with optimism and high expectations. It's seen as a policy that could make a real difference in the lives of millions of children and young people by providing them with the skills and knowledge they need to thrive in the 21st century. Yet, it's important to remember that the successful implementation of the policy will require sustained effort, adequate resources, and the active involvement of all stakeholders. It will be a long journey, but one that holds the promise of a brighter future for India's education system. The NEP 2020 marks a significant step towards transforming India's education system. To sum up, the National Education Policy 2020 is a game changer for India's education system. This profound policy, the first of its kind in the 21st century, is meticulously designed to address the evolving developmental needs of the country. The policy rests on 5 pillars: access, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability, intending to revolutionize the education landscape from early childhood to higher education. With its innovative 5+3+3+4 curricular structure, a shift from rote learning to experiential learning, and emphasis on vocational education and skill development, the NEP 2020 is indeed a beacon of transformative change. Add to this the heightened focus on teacher training and a more decentralized system, the policy promises a bright future for India's education. Yet it's important to remember that the policy is still in its early stages of implementation. The journey has only just begun, and the future of education in India looks promising with the implementation of the NEP 2020.